No, because let's talk about this. One thing I think parents really need to realize is even if your message is valid, the tone of how you're saying said message the tone of how you're saying said message can matter because the message can get my microwave, ignore it. Your message can get lost during delivery if the tone is not right. Now, for example, I'm going to talk about my mom. Frequently throughout my life, the stuff my mom would be telling me, I didn't realize this until I got older. I'm currently 20. The stuff that my mom was saying to me, whether it was advice or whatever, typically was good advice. The way she just said it to me was awful. And I'm not the only person she does this to, but I'm the main person that she does this to. Like, I'm gonna give you a recent example. I just recently got my locks done. I wanted to get my locks done, not just a retwist. I wanted to fix the parting because I didn't like the top, and I wanted to fix parts to the back. So basically the parting and like fix it. So I've been talking about wanting to get this done with my mom for a while, but I've been paying for my own hair for I don't even know how long, and I just couldn't afford it because, locks can be very expensive. I just don't want to do it by myself and fuck up my hair. So I talked about it with my mom. Randomly last weekend, my mom offers to pay for my hair. Like, just pay for it, which she hasn't done in a hot minute, and I'm finding that suspicious. Not because my mom hasn't done it for me before, but she hasn't done it recently. Ever since I turned 18, I pay for my own hair, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. And a thought that came to my mind is she must really, not necessarily not like my locks, but she must really be bothered by how my parts are for her to be offering to pay for my hair, which ended up being true. Now, my locks look amazing now. Oh, they looked amazing before, but they look better now. My parts are better, whatever. And my mom's like, oh my God, your hair looks gorgeous, which sounds great, right? But what she also is saying, like, oh my God, your parts looked so bad before, but like now they look amazing. Like it's like a backhanded compliment. And the first few times I was like, yeah, they didn't look their best, but now it's getting fucking annoying. I didn't say that last part, but it's getting fucking annoying. And basically she's like, well, I'm just saying, like, they look better now. Like, okay, they didn't look great before, but they look better now. And I'm like, okay, but how many times do you need to repeat yourself? We get it. You didn't like my hair. And there's plenty of other scenarios in my life where my mom has said this, where the message itself of what she was saying was not bad. It was probably honestly helpful a lot of the time. Just the delivery is so mean. And I know someone on here is gonna be like, oh, you're just sensitive. That's not a sensitivity issue. You need to talk to people a certain way. You can't just talk, just because I'm your kid doesn't mean you can talk to me a certain way. There have even been times where I have low-key self-sabotaged myself because I refused to listen to the advice that she was giving me just because of how mean she was saying it. And granted, it wasn't self-sabotage, like I like ruined my life, but just it'd be little small things. She's like, why didn't you listen to me? And I'm like, because the way you said it made me not want to do it. Why are you talking to me like that? It's gotten to the point now, like, where I have common sense and I make all my decisions for myself, but there have been points where my mom has tried to give me advice, like when I was, let's say, between 16 to like 18. No, let's say 14 to 18 or whatever, where she would give me advice. And typically it was just because she didn't like something about what I was doing, wearing, whatever, and I would just refuse to listen. And she's like, why do you just not listen? Like, I'm doing it in your best interest. And it's because there had been years and years and years of her saying good advice most of the time, parts of the time. But the tone just completely turned me off to all advice. Like, I just didn't want to hear any advice from her. And it's not me saying I know everything. I'm just saying tone does matter. So parents, even if you have the best intentions, because my mom always has the best intentions, which is giving me advice, the way you say it matters. The message can get lost during delivery if the tone is not right.